Fellas, let's go ahead and put our phones on the table. We're gonna go ahead, everybody put their phone down. Fellas, let's go ahead and put our phones on the table. You know what I'm saying, for this discussion. Describe that to us, like how does it feel having love from different states and you being from North Carolina, bro?
It's good, man. It's just, hard work, just cross promotion, bro. Just basically just trying to reach out to everybody.
We get into a lot of these situations and we don't know enough about ourselves first.
We are a lot more emotional than men. So naturally we'll find ourselves, like I said in my last one.
Wait. Men are a lot more emotional than females.
You think so? All of the qualities and things that you want in a man. So which one do you choose?
Are you sure you're 22 years old? We're gonna go ahead, everybody put their phone down. We want everybody undivided attention. Welcome to Respected Opinion. I am one of your hosts, Errick Davis.
And I go by Seedee.
And we have a special guest in the building today. We have actress, singer, model, all of the above, Shaylin Peterson. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
That's great. I'm doing good. We decent. CD, you good?
I'm wonderful.
We good. So, CD, go ahead.
All right, we're going to get in a couple things. We're going to get into what you've done, what you're doing. Tell us a little bit about yourself, age and everything.
Well,
talk to us.
As Errick stated, I act, sing, dance, model. Really just working individually on each thing. I kind of took it back a little bit. I have my experiences. I did just recently perform for Dreamville and
That's lit.
2K
That's
Millennium
lit.
Tour when they came to Raleigh. That was that was definitely on Marion. No, seriously, it was an amazing experience. The girls that I danced with were amazing, but overall, after that, I kind of took it back a little bit, and I said, okay, well, now that I'm getting these opportunities, I need to go ahead and reevaluate my resume on each thing, and what I need to work on, what platform can I build that's going to emphasize these things, since I'm gaining this type of exposure. So I really just went back to the lab, the blueprint, and said, okay, what's going to change? What are you going to do to market this differently? Being that I have a little bit of a presence on social media,
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's kind of like a self-reflection project on me. Like, who is Shaylin? Who is Brielle? What am I doing? What direction am I going in? That's really kind of the phase that I'm in, and I've just had certain epiphanies, here and there, that tell me that this is really what I need to focus on at this point in my life. So. But I'm grateful for those experiences because it was definitely lit. Dreamville was lit. Dreamville was lit. It was awesome.
Lit.
Yes.
That's lit. Did you tell the people how old you are yet? Tell the people how old you are. You have a lot of accomplishments at a good age, so tell the people how old you are.
I'm 22. Deuce.
22!
And I'm just getting started.
She just getting started.
I ain't did none of that shit at 22.
What was you doing at 22, bro? Shit.
Oh my goodness.
We ain't gonna get into that.
We ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna get into that shit right there. Okay, so what do you have coming up? Like, what future projects? What are you working on? Things like that. We want to know.
What you trying to do?
Well, how we did the project together for Trapped. So I really kind of have been marinating on that. When I reached out to you in regards to that, I was like, this is something that we can revamp and keep going, but we can incorporate other stuff into it and build that platform, because Trapped the series was lit. You did your thing.
It was lit. We did our thing. Trapped the series is something that we brought to the city, and we coming back. We coming back. So
yes, we are. But I wanted to really dissect that and say, okay, well, how can I incorporate all of my talents into one skit, one film, so that I'm not sitting here trying to figure out what I need to do, exactly. So if I'm going to do it myself, I'm going to put it all into one, and it'll be with my visuals, my concept, and everyone that I felt was talented and has the same vision. I would want to incorporate in that. So, I'm trying to put Raleigh on the map.
That's
That's what I'm trying to do.
That's definitely
We already booming.
Yes, we are. We are on the way.
Booming.
We've already made history. For sure.
We're definitely making history. So you know the name of our podcast or show. As a matter of fact, we're gonna call this a show, not a podcast. We don't got no mics, nothing. It's authentic. It's just us. The name of our show is called Respected Opinion.
That's right.
So
Prepare yourself.
we're gonna get straight into it. You know, me and Seedee were having a conversation maybe 2 weeks ago, and he was like, bro, he was like, listen, like, a lot of females these days, they think like us and they kind of move like us in a sense. You know, can you kind of explain that? First of all, are you like dating? Are you like, talk to us? Like, what's going on? Are you focusing on yourself? Talk to us. We need to know, like, we trying to get to know Queenbriellee, so we trying to get to know,
Who
you know, the real you.
Who you be?
Who you be? Who you be? We trying to get to know you. So what's up?
I'm not dating.
Okay.
I won't say, you know, if I am with or, you know, not, but I will say I am definitely more so focused on myself
That's lit.
and my craft. I feel like doing what I do takes full focus and consistency, and without that, it's not going to grow. So ultimately, as far as dating, I kind of take a step back. Like I said, I won't say if I, you know, am or with.
You dipping and dabbing a little bit from time to time. You go out on a date, but it's like nothing too serious. Like, hey, we get something to eat. But
Well, no, not even that. I mean, and if it is,
Y'all
it's
just
with
hanging
just
out.
one person. Yeah, I'm not all over the place. I'm not talking to multiple people. I'm not
Yeah.
that kind of girl. I don't do stuff like that. So that's not my cup of tea.
What's wrong with that?
I didn't say anything's wrong with that. If you, girl, fucking on this giving ass, rich ass, like, no, do you, boo? Do you, boo? If that's what you choose to do, no, that's just my personal preference for where I am in life. I feel like it's going to take, it's kind of like a choice. It's a choice for me to say, I'm going to focus on me. And if I am, it'll be one person that I'm dedicating that time to, because my energy is important. My time is valuable. So
CD, let's get into that though. Like, let's get into that. You know what I mean? And in a lot of situations, us as men, if we have multiple women, we are glorified. Like, oh, he's that nigga. Like, he's that guy. And then if a woman does the same thing, it's like,
She's a hoe.
right.
I mean, that's how it's looked at. Like,
And we didn't create the stereotype,
yeah,
but it's like,
sucks.
explain to that. Like, explain to someone who,
where do you stand?
yeah, like,
How do you
explain to
do that?
someone they're exploring their options. They want to know, you know, things they like, things they don't like. Okay, I have my career, but I have a couple of people that I kick it with. We're not actually smashing. It's just a couple of people I kick it with. You know?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, like I said, if you're single, that is exactly what you are. And if you're going to talk to multiple people, I think it's just best to at least be wise, and you can still be picky and talk to multiple. Like it's
a
you know,
fact.
we have free
That's a
will. We
fact.
can do what we want.
That's a
So if you decide to go ahead and, you know, talk to Billy, Bob, and Joe, whoever, make sure that they are a good Billy, Bob, and Joe. Make sure they are actually worth some of your time and some of your focus, or you're benefiting from them in that friendship, if that's just what it is. Make sure that these people are adding to you and not taking away.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's real good.
for sure.
I want respect for that.
Yeah.
CD, you were talking about realistic expectations.
Yeah. Like a lot of females or women have, well, men too, they both have unrealistic expectations. Like, for men, it's more of a physical thing, something to look at, you know, flat stomach, fat ass, beautiful face, the whole thing. Like,
Oh Lord,
and
yeah.
for women, it's like, he gotta have 6 figures, he gotta be 10 feet tall, and he gotta drive a rocket ship. Like, so I mean,
I think he said 10 feet tall.
a lot of shit is just unrealistic, but it's kind of like, it's social media. I see it as people living off dreams and social media lifestyle or whatever. Like, it's unrealistic. But I mean, I'm not saying that some of it, you know, can't be valued or wanted or whatever, but the whole shit is
It's super unrealistic.
right.
It doesn't
Don't fit.
it doesn't really set the bar, and I feel like people have those expectations and say, yeah, I'm setting the bar, I have high standards. No, your standards correction. Your standards are not this whole list of things. Your standards are what feels comfortable to you, what you feel will help you to grow, and what will help you to open your eyes. Like when you set expectations for a man, you are almost limiting yourself in a way. When you're limiting yourself, you're not enabling, you're closing off the option for, say if that man he's not 7 feet tall and he don't have all this money and he does not drive a rocket ship, but he is a great man and he gives you all of the qualities and things that you want in a man. So which one do you choose?
Now you sure you 22 years old talking about that?
Talk that shit.
I'm saying like
I'm just saying.
you got people who are, 35 that don't talk like that. Yeah. So
Hey, it takes I don't know. I definitely say I feel like I have an old soul.
we get into a lot of these situations and we don't know enough about ourselves first. So
Yeah.
I, like y'all know me, I've been in this space the last 6 years when I've been in this creative space, and I want to create TV shows, create movies and things like that, and it's like it clutters my mind, and sometimes it's like
That should be your piece though.
that should be my
That
piece.
should be your outlet.
It is what you make it.
I mean,
But in the beginning phases of creating those projects, it definitely can be stressful though.
Yeah, I mean, it
for
can be
sure.
hindrance.
For sure.
But it's also, you have somebody who's there to help you, like someone you can talk to about it, because you might not have nobody else to talk to or understand what you're going through or actually feel your pain. You can, the same way you say substance, like you go through and you're going through something and then you going and hitting one of your friends up and they're busy, they going through shit, they don't have time to listen to you when you already have somebody that you talk to on a regular, consistent basis that understands you and understands what you're going through. Like a relationship or having somebody doesn't necessarily mean you going on trips and doing all this shit. Sometimes it's just an outlet. Sometimes
That's real.
Like peace of mind.
That's
right.
real.
Like this day and age, I say, or people now are like, they view relationships and they're taking relationships totally out of context or taking them for different things. Like people doing relationships because they missing something type shit. Like nah,
Fill a void.
right, like you should be figure out yourself first, and then once you figure out you find somebody else that helps complement you, helps buring you up, helps lift you up type shit. That's what relationships for. Like,
That's real.
I mean,
what about you, Shaylin? What was your longest relationship, and what did you learn from that relationship?
Oh, so much. My longest, but mind you, we will put emphasis on the age. I am young, so I haven't really had a long relationship. I say the longest was about close to a year. Close to a year. But I say that it was the longest. It was my last relationship. It was the longest to me because it had the most purpose in it. And when I say that's because I learned a lot. And that, not going away to school, I was working 24/7 and still creating, and I was working with you actually at the time with tracks and stuff. I was really, I was at a good point in my life, but in that relationship, I got very distracted. I was not as focused. I was more so caught up in trying to please my partner, and what could I do for them instead of Shaylin, what can you do to enhance your career and where you're going, So I became super distracted. But all in all, I can say that I definitely learned that no one's life is going to stop for you.
That's a fact.
Yeah, like if it does not work, you can't sit there and dwell upon what you didn't take from it, what you're angry about, or what you gotta look at the glass half full. You gotta say, okay, well, what good can I take from this relationship? Every relationship, whether it be lifetime or seasonal, you got to take something away from it, and it has to build towards your character. And if you don't take away from that, it's pointless. So that would be my all in all lesson. Yeah.
So, we only got a minute left. So this is where a lot of people get it confused. This question is for you, and then we'll go to you, and then we'll go to me, I guess.
Cool.
What's the difference between being in a relationship and versus dating or talking to someone else. Let's touch on that really quick, right? Because a lot of y'all need to understand this, and a lot of us need to understand this as well, so we know how to move in certain situations. So, what do you think, Miss Queenbriellee?
Oh, there is quite a difference. With dating, for sure, I would say that, I mean, you're dating. It's just that you are not in a relationship with that person. You're in the phase of, like, do I see a relationship? Now, some people, you know, start dating someone with no intentions of going into a relationship with them.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, this is just kind of like a fling, kind of just you please me, I please you type thing. Versus when you start dating someone and you are actually looking for a relationship, then it's a little bit different. It's a different foundation.
Okay.
When you're, at least for me, if you coming into my life and we're dating, there's something to be built. If not, you can. You know, I mean, I definitely believe in keeping your options open because you don't want to block any blessings. You don't want to block them. But
me personally, I think that's kind of where like females get it twisted with guys because like
but you have to understand that vice versa as well with guys.
I mean, yeah like
they have their options open
like,
as well.
But it's like a lot of females get hurt when that's the only person that they've been focused on when he's had his options open the whole time.
Women subconsciously begin to, if they are dating, if they're not careful with their emotions and their feelings, because we are a lot more emotional than men. So naturally we'll find ourselves, like I said in my last one.
Men are a lot more emotional than females.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't, I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it, so it has not been exactly. So I'm telling you from my perspective, what I see. Men hide it way better than women. Women wear their heart on their sleeve. It's a lot different.
Start dealing with somebody.
Really,
Female is trying to figure out. You know, you're trying to figure out what you do, what you're doing, this, that, and the third. We just trying to figure out if we like you or not. Like.
Yeah.
Shaylin, is there any last minute words you want to say to the people, or you know, advice you can give to somebody? Like last minute, we got a minute left. So what you want to say?
Yeah, give me social and all that.
Yeah, social media.
Oh my goodness, follow me on Instagram. It's Queenbriellee, QUEEN BRIELLEE. If I had anything to say, I would say 2019 is already almost over. It's about to be 2020. What are you doing with your lives? What are you doing with your lives? Self-reflect, refocus, reevaluate your surroundings, your friend groups. Change your spare time to time that is investing in you.
That's a fact. That's a big.
And watch your life change.
So that's a wrap for our first episode of Respected Opinion.
Yes, sir. My
name is Errick Davis. The social media is ERRICKDAVIS 32 on Instagram and ERRICKDAVIS on Facebook. Shaylin, you already gave out your social media, or she already gave out her Seedee? Go ahead and give out yours.
Alright, I'm on Instagram. I go by any means Seedee. Follow me. Ain't shit but dog shit to give us.
Hey, that's what it is. We appreciate y'all joining us for the first episode. Trust me, episode 2 is going to be a little bit more spicy, so we just getting started. Make sure y'all tune in. Y'all be safe.